Have you ever reached a point where everyone and everything around you is just loud? That's when I knew it was time for isolation. This is my self-isolation phase. My self-isolation era. The part of growing up that a lot of people don't actually talk about. But we're gonna talk about it.
Feel like a bird, you keeping me happy, you give me deep. Ask me who my search.
Gotta say word, keep getting me what I'm looking for. I just gotta tell everybody, I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn, I love her. I love her. Goddamn, I love her.
Hey guys, what is poppin'? It's your girl Twanaldn, AKT, wherever it's been then I'm back with another video. If you're new here, then welcome. On this channel, we talk about everything growing and glowing, so if that is your vibe, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. I love you to the moon and back, as you already know. So, let's talk self-isolation, because I feel like a lot of us need this right now, especially with winter arc or whatever that phase is called approaching fast, because we are in October. I've reached a point in my life where everything and everyone around me just feels so fucking loud. Everybody was talking, posting, moving, and I was just trying to keep up. But deep down, I knew it wasn't okay. I knew I wasn't okay. And it wasn't burnout. It was disconnection. I was doing all the right things. I just couldn't feel any of it anymore. And that is when it truly hit me. I was showing up for everybody else and not showing up enough for myself. So I stopped. I stopped explaining why I wasn't online. As you guys can tell, I didn't post for like a month. I stopped chasing that feeling to be productive. I stopped trying to prove to everyone that I was okay, because I wasn't. And that's okay. I think sometimes we forget that it's okay to just step back for a moment. Not because you're failing, but because you're simply just trying to find yourself again. For me, self-isolation wasn't about disappearing on people. It was about returning to me. I needed to sit down with my thoughts, without the noise of other people's opinion, without the pressure to perform, i.e. online / content creation, and without constantly checking who was watching my next move. Isolation has a funny way of showing you things that you've been avoiding. Well, for me anyway. When the noise fades, the truth gets louder. And at first, it's actually really uncomfortable. But I learned that peace feels strange when you've been living in chaos for too motherfucking long. The first few weeks, I can't lie to you lot, it felt weird. It felt wrong. Like I should have been doing something. Even in the smallest of errands. Posting something on my YouTube channel. Being in somebody's presence. But peace isn't inactivity, it's recovery. I also realized that you outgrow a lot of people when you start focusing on yourself. And that's something no one really prepares you for. When you stop living on autopilot and start healing intentionally, some connections start to feel different. Not because they're bad for you or anything, but because you've outgrown the version of yourself that once needed them or that entertained those kind of conversations. Another thing I learned is that solitude isn't loneliness. It's self-clarity. When you spend enough time with yourself, you stop chasing people just to fill the silence. You start to realize how peaceful it is to not need / want anybody else's validation. You stop begging for energy that no longer matches yours. And the biggest one is that your self-isolation era is the foundation to your next level. Yeah. Silence, discomfort, healing in private. People don't see those parts. They just see the results. But they don't see the days when you're questioning yourself, crying at 2 a.m. in the morning, journaling your way through confusion, and trying to convince yourself that you're genuinely not falling behind. Lastly, I learned that healing requires honesty, not performance. It's easy to look healed. It's easy to look healed online, to post quotes, to post routines, affirmations, but healing truly happens when no one's clapping for you. In those silent moments, when you choose not to react, when you let go of what you can't control, big control freak over here, when you forgive yourself for not being perfect, boy. So after spending some time alone, I started to notice like small shifts. I became more intentional about my energy, who I gave it to, what I consumed, what I even think about day to day. I stopped forcing myself to be available for everybody when they needed me to be available. Not every text needs an instant reply. Not every opportunity is meant for me. And that's okay. I started moving slower and with purpose. Instead of like constantly chasing things, I put myself in a position to start just attracting it, like that vibrational level, like let it come to me. Instead of talking about who I want to be, how I'm going to act, what I want to have, I started taking action. I started doing the things that put me in a position to be that girl, to be the girl I keep envisioning and seeing in my head every single day. Isolation taught me that I don't need to be loud to be seen. I don't need to prove to everybody that I'm healing. I just need to live and genuinely live like I am. Take the action. I said it's so funny because after a while, the isolation didn't even feel lonely anymore. It just generally made me feel more powerful, like I was getting some kind of power back that I was missing. Because now, and by the way, I'm still going through my isolation phase, but now I feel like I don't even know who I am, especially when everything is quiet. Once you reach to that point, it's almost impossible to go back to your old self. If you are in your isolation era right now, or you're thinking about starting one, don't fight it. Don't rush it. Don't let social media convince you that being alone means you're behind or that you're missing out. Far from the truth. The fact is, you're not missing out. You are realigning. You're detaching from things that no longer serve you. You're preparing for your next level. And baby girl, that's gonna be a big one. And you need to understand, even if it doesn't look like it now, that next level is coming. Sometimes disappearing is the most powerful thing you can do. Because when you come back, and you won't be the same. You'll be grounded. You'll be intentional. You'll be unshakable. So take this as your sign. Stop trying to be seen just for a little bit and start focusing on becoming. Self-isolation isn't the end of your glow up journey. It's just the beginning of it. So I hope this video has inspired anybody or even sparked some curiosity of maybe potentially starting a self-isolation era. I'm telling you, with the whole winter arc and that phase between October to the new year where people want to focus on their goals and etc, this is the perfect time to go into isolation, to ghost, to forget about everybody else and just pour into you. This is hibernation season. You see, winter, when winter comes, autumn/winter, and the trees start losing their leaves, the birds go and hibernate, the bears and all that kind of thing, you need to do the same. So this is like the perfect time to start your self-isolation era, your self-isolation phase. And take how long you need, by the way. If you have found this video helpful or inspirational in any kind of way, definitely like, definitely comment, and definitely subscribe. Trust me guys, your engagement means so much to me and it does so much for my channel, more than you know. But if not, I most definitely will catch you in my next one. Love you. Bye.